Hello and welcome to React and Reactions. I'm LR, and this is where we pick 3 topics that we just get your reaction to and your replies. And you do that by emailing us at readytoreactnow@gmail.com. So let's go over our 3 topics today. Topic number 1, Black Panther. As you know or may not know, Black Panther movie just finished up production and is wrapping up. And we should be seeing that movie next year. I think February 2018 is when it comes out. And I'm very excited. But what is Black Panther's role going to be in the Marvel Universe? Well, it's going to be, I believe he's going to be one of the top figures in the Marvel Universe, as the old actors and the Iron Man and Thor and Captain America, as they get older and older, Phase 4, if they call it phases anymore, is going to focus more around Black Panther and even Doctor Strange being more of the leaders going forward. Actually pitting the team together with the new heroes and the new characters they're introducing. And Black Panther will be right in the middle of that. Remember, Black Panther is basically Tony Stark in another country with a lot more money. He is the ruler of the country of Wakanda. And he has unlimited resources, unlimited money based on all the vibranium that they have in that country. So you have a Tony Stark figure there who's just as intelligent, has the money, and could fund the Avengers if he wanted to, basically. So Black Panther, I can see him actually being the key figure down the road of the Marvel Universe and of the Avengers. If they still bring him in, I think he will be a permanent part of the Avengers after Infinity War. And I think his role in Infinity War will be very important as well. The Black Panther story itself will be very interesting as far as which way they go. We know Killmonger is going to be in there, played by Michael B. Jordan. We know that Ulysses Claw is going to be in there. We've already seen in Age of Ultron, he already has his hand cut off. And for those, if you're not familiar with Claw, Claw is a villain who controls sound, has mastery of sound, and with that sound he can make different objects, he can make creatures out of it if they do it true to the comic book. He has a device that fits on his hand, almost like an amplifier megaphone device, and from there he can control sound energy beams. He can shoot out of there. He can control the weapons and things that he makes out of sound from there. Now eventually he becomes pure energy himself. So I'm not sure which way they're going to take this. Are they going to just have him start off with this device? And I assume he will have the device on his hand because he got billions of dollars from Ultron that put in his bank account. So I'm sure he's taken vibranium and made it into some kind of sound device for him to replace his hand already. It's just a matter of, in the movie, will they have Claw actually turn into the red looking Claw and the energy figure that he is in the comic books? That'll be very interesting. They're also going to have Killmonger in there, and I'm sure somehow he will be working with Claw to fight Black Panther and to take over Wakanda. So the storyline, I know they're going to have some big action pieces in there. Black Panther is going to have his Royal Guard who's going to be in there doing some tremendous things. So we've seen a couple of them in Civil War. I've got the name of them, the Magi or whatever. Someone can help me with that. But they are elite force that works protects Black Panther. Now, one of the things that I've came across, and I've read it on the internet, a theory, and it's one that I thought about as well, but did not subscribe to, only because of the fact that I think it's probably not going to happen. But many people believe that the Soul Gem is somewhere in Wakanda, either hidden there or Black Panther uses the Soul Gem, because as you know, one thing that the Black Panther is able to do is connect and commune and talk to the souls of the ancient Black Panther warrior and kings for advice and for wisdom. How is he able to do that? Well, maybe with the Soul Gem. Maybe he's able to commune with that because the Soul Gem is either in the Wakanda, in the temple where the great Black Panther kings live or used to, or reside in, as far as their spirits or souls, or maybe it's in the big Black Panther statue itself. Who knows? It's a plausible conclusion. I will say that. I can see that happening. But the reason why I don't think it will happen is you would eventually be saying that Earth is the greatest hiding place in the universe. I mean, you want to hide something, you hide it in Earth, because nobody will ever look there. And the reason I say that, you've already have 4 soul gems, not soul gems, but 4 infinity stones found on Earth. The Ether, 1. The time gem, obviously Doctor Strange has that too. The Tesseract was hidden on there for many, many years. That's 3. And then the Soul Gem will be 4. And the Mind Gem, even though it didn't come from there, wasn't hidden on there, it is now on Earth too. So Earth is the center of all of the treasures that you want to hide in the world. Hiding in Earth, apparently. Nobody will look there at all. But that is why I think it's not there. I think the Soul Gem's in Thor Ragnarok. I think Hela has it, or somebody there has it in Thor Ragnarok. We'll find that out shortly when that movie comes out later this year. But that's why I don't think it's there. But I can see why people could, could conclude, oh, maybe, maybe it's there. Possibilities. It's possible. I won't count it out, but I highly doubt it that'll be the case. But that being said, I'm really excited about the Black Panther movie. I think they're going to change his uniform just a little bit. Marvel always seems to touch up the uniforms every movie, make a little subtle change here or there. So I expect them to do that in Black Panther as well. So I'm excited about the movie. It's fantastic to see a character like this come to life and have a big role, and it's going to be interesting to see how much they get into the Black Panther's power, his ability, his strength, his weaponry inside his suit. What can his suit do? We're going to find more about that than what we saw in Civil War. So react to what I just said about Black Panther. Give me your opinions, what you think about the character, what you think the storyline will be, and what his role will be in the Marvel Universe. Alright, now we're on to our second topic. Our second topic is The Flash and the big reset button that The Flash is for DC. As you know, the Flash movie has been moved back off the slate. They don't have a director yet, although my understanding is they're in talk with many directors. Maybe the one who did, I don't know his name, but he directed the Back to the Future movie. So, that sounds interesting. He obviously has a knowledge of how to do movies with time travel, and The Flash is about time travel and speed and things of that nature. So it'll be interesting if he becomes the director. But that being said, I really think that was the right move to move Flash back. I think there's a bigger story and a bigger plot behind what DC did here. So think about this. As you know, the first 3 DC movies, Man of Steel, which, let me tell you, if you don't like Man of Steel, I advise you to, I won't call you stupid, just watch it again. It was a masterpiece. Just a fantastic movie, good storyline. How else could you tell Superman in modern day times like they did? And how they explore Krypton? I don't want to get into all of that. But they did a great job. Man of Steel was fantastic. Batman v Superman, it had its problems. I liked it, but it had its problems, and a lot of it was storyline, and they tried to cram too many things in there. And then a lot of people, didn't like the way Batman was portrayed in there. Although Batman was the best version of Batman I've ever seen, played by, oh my goodness, forgetting the actor's name, but played by Ben Affleck. There we go. He did fantastic actor as Batman. He's the best Batman I've ever seen. Then you have Suicide Squad, and again some storyline problems, and there was a lot of problems with that. But I liked it. It was okay. I liked it, but it could have been. The problem is these movies should have been much better. This is Warner Brothers we're talking about. This is DC. They can do better. So based on those movies, they're doing a course correction right now, and we're going to see that with Wonder Woman, we're going to see it with Justice League, and we're going to see it with Aquaman. But by moving Flash back, it gives them an automatic reset button, much like Fox did with X-Men. Okay, they were able to say, okay, X-Men 1 and 2 was good, X-Men 3 not so much, Wolverine Origins not so much. It didn't do as well as people thought it would do, although I didn't have a problem with it so much. But with Days of Future Past, it gave them the ability to reset everything. Say, you know what happened before didn't really happen. It's a different timeline now, and it worked. They was able to do that. And Days of Future Past was a fantastic movie. So now, DC has that same ability. They can reset their universe. So if Wonder Woman, Justice League, and Aquaman does not blow critics away, does not blow fans away, is not beloved like they should be, DC can say, okay, here's the Flash movie in the tone and the setting we want. And in the Flash movie itself, sometime in the end or whatever, they can have Flashpoint take place at the end of the movie or whatever. And because he probably, more than likely, his villain's going to be the Reverse Flash. So they can have a Flashpoint at the end and reset the whole universe. Restart all over again. correct the mistakes they made in the past, build on the positive things they've done, and reset it in a way that fits in the comic book. That's part of canon of the DC universe, Flashpoint. And I think it's a great idea. It's a great reset button to have in your back pocket just in case. Just in case. Now with a reboot, you don't necessarily have to get rid of the actors. You can. I like Henry Cavill as Superman. You could. I mean, we're talking. This will be 2020, so to speak, 2021. So you could reboot characters. You definitely might have to do that with Batman anyway, because I'm not sure if Ben Affleck is going to be the Batman anymore. But if you wanted to, that's fine. You could just reset the storylines and the origin of these characters, how they brought together. You can reset the order they come in, and what movies they're in. So definitely can improve how Batman, maybe Batman and Superman never fought. Maybe they just you have them together and they meet, not so much as adversaries, but form an alliance to take on Lex Luthor and the Joker. Who knows? Whatever, or solve mystery. There was a book called The World's Finest where Batman and Superman teamed up to take on villains together. So you could do that. You can do so many things when you reset the universe, and I think they can correct a lot of problems. So I believe by putting Flash back on the slate, DC has this in mind to say, hey, if we don't knock it out of the park with these movies coming up, the 3 coming up in 2017 and 2018, then we're going to do Flashpoint, we're going to reboot it, and start all over again. And it works. It works for X-Men, it can work for DC. So I think that's a great idea. I don't know what you think. Let me know if you think that they will do that. If Flashpoint is a plausible thing to do to reset the DC universe, if things don't go right with these next 3 movies. They've already course corrected, so to speak, so they may just be fine with everything. But if it doesn't, does Flashpoint solve that? Does the Flash movie bring a conclusion to fixing everything that was done wrong in the DC universe and get it back on course, and perform like Marvel's performing, with a plan, with purpose? And I think they can do it because they have great characters, and Warner Brothers is a great studio. They know what they're doing. So react to me. Remember, you can email me at readytoreactnow@gmail.com, on Twitter and Facebook, and let me know what you think. Maybe you have some ideas and some thoughts that I'm not aware of, that I didn't think of, that I would love to know, and perhaps read on the show for the next episode. All right, final topic number 3 is on The Incredibles. As you know, a lot of Disney and movies are being remade into live action picks. So we did Cinderella, just had Beauty and the Beast, who killed it. They're working on The Lion King right now, and there's talk about Mulan, working on that. And they've been well received, the ones that came out already, Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast, and have killed it in the box office. So my thing is The Incredibles. What an idea that could be if they did a live action Incredibles. It would basically be the Fantastic Four done the correct way. Because Incredibles is sort of like a mirror of what the Fantastic Four is. A family superhero team. They fight, they team up and they fight one villain, Syndrome, in the Incredibles, who basically could be Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four. The Incredibles was, despite it was animation, so forget about animation, just as a movie and a storyline, one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen. I mean, it's in my top 3. The Incredibles was, it felt like watching a superhero movie and James Bond together. It had that whole that feel to it, the jungle base and everything. It was wonderful, and how they did the powers of this family living every day who were superheroes, and now they have a family and their kids have powers. It was a great storyline. I loved it, and it was just one that, if brought to live action with real actors, I think would do 100 million opening. It would be fantastic. Follow the same storyline, get some incredible actors to play it, and I think it would just be great to see that done. And a blueprint for if they ever do Fantastic Four, follow what the Incredibles did. You basically had the same exact characters. I mean, look at the end of the Incredibles. You had the end with the Underminer. The Underminer, who was the Underminer? Basically the Mole Man. And they brought him in if they ever do a sequel, which Incredibles 2 is coming out in the next 2 years or so. But Fantastic Four definitely learned some lessons from that and do the same thing the Incredibles did. But I just love that movie. The colorful artwork in it, the storyline, the comedy. It was fun. So you can do a superhero movie like that kids know. Okay. So now we're at the end of our show, and I always like to end our show with shows to watch. things that you may not be aware on that's on YouTube that gives you great information, entertaining, and fun. So I always recommend everybody check into Collider.com and Collider on YouTube. Great shows on there. John Campea, Christian Holoff, Mark Ellis, John Schnepp, Perry Ellis. They do a great job on there. I enjoy their show. They're informative on movies and information about pop culture. They do a fantastic job. Also, a special shout out to Collider Heroes, one of my favorite shows on the YouTube channels. Fantastic. John Schnepp does a great job with Robert Meyer Burnett. Enjoy the information I get out of there, and very entertaining. So don't forget to watch Collider. Don't forget to check out Emergency Awesome as well. Charles Schneider does a fantastic job on his videos. He does his homework. He does a great job and works really hard at it, and definitely deserve to go check his channel out as well. Also, don't forget, if you follow things on Twitter or Facebook, Heroic Hollywood, great information and news about Hollywood superheroes, movies coming out, TV shows. They do a great job over there. Elembe is fantastic, and you might be missing that. So if you are missing that, definitely look it up on Twitter, subscribe to it, check it out on YouTube. Like I said, Collider, Emergency Awesome, so many great shows, and ones that I really enjoy the hard work they put into it. So anyway, my name is LR. Thank you for watching React to and Reactions, and I'll see you next week.